Hey guys, Hugh Shepard, Des Moines Car Guy here. I'm out of the lot at Toyota of Des Moines, located on the corner of I-80/35 and 141 in Grimes. Wanted to thank you for taking the time to join me today on this week's episode of Toyota Tip Tuesday. So we've all been there. You're driving down the road, enjoying a nice drive, perfect weather, scenery, all of a sudden, beep, beep, and you got a dashboard light. That's a problem. Some are more obvious than others, but it's telling you there's something up with your car. So we're gonna piggyback on to last week. Last week we discussed ways to tell if your car needs a tune-up. So we're gonna talk about dashboard lights. And no, we're not singing Meatloaf, but we are gonna talk about dashboard lights, what they look like and what they mean. So the first one is the oil pressure light. The oil pressure light, it looks like an oil can. Basically means there's something going on with your lubricants in the vehicle. Either you're low on oil or the pump isn't circulating the oil correctly. Either way, that can lead to some big problems. That's something you want to get in and get checked right away. The oil pressure light looks like this. So the tire pressure warning light is telling you that there's something going on with one or more of your tires. The pressure's either too high or too low, and what that does is create a couple of things. It decreases your fuel efficiency, and it also can create an unsafe driving experience. And the tire pressure light looks like this. Next up is the engine temperature warning. This one can signal a lot of bad situations. So what this is telling you is there's something going on with the coolant, or what's also known as your antifreeze in the vehicle. You want to get this in and get it taken care of as soon as possible, because this typically will lead to bigger problems down the road if you don't. Now this symbol looks like this. So the traction control light is one of those lights that you actually want to see, because what that's doing is telling you that your traction control system has been engaged. What that system does is it reads the slippage on your tires, and if there's one tire that's spinning more than others, it'll apply the brake system automatically until it regains traction and resets your wheels in the proper motion. So that's actually a good warning to get, and it just will come on and off as that is detecting that slippage. And the traction control light looks like this. Now the traction control malfunction light is a little bit different signal to you about the same system. So this signal is telling you that there's a malfunction in the traction control. So there's a sensor that's off on one of your wheels that's not reading the slippage correctly. So you want to make sure that you get that in and get that taken care of right away. And that light looks like this. Next on the list is the anti-lock brake warning light. This is a pretty serious warning, because you're talking about your brakes, and if the vehicle is not getting traction on the road, that can cause a very dangerous driving situation. So what happens in a lot of models is that ABS light will pop on for just a couple of seconds when you fire your vehicle up, but then it'll turn off. So if it turns on and then off when you start your engine, that's actually a good sign. It's not a problem. If that thing comes on and it stays on while you're driving, that's the one you want to get checked in, get it in and get it checked out. And the anti-lock brake warning light looks like this. So the engine warning light, this is a biggie. If this light pops up on your dash, this is one you're going to want to get checked in immediately. Never put off an engine warning light. If this thing pops up, there's a bigger issue either currently going on or very soon is going to be going on. So get it in to your mechanic, get it checked out right away. The engine warning light looks like this. So the battery alert seems simple enough. It can indicate that you have a loose battery cable or maybe your battery's low. So those are the first two things you'd probably look at, but it also could indicate that there's an issue with your alternator. So you see that battery, get that in and get that checked. Here's what it looks like. So finally, the low fuel indicator, also pretty straightforward. You see that guy pop on, you're getting low on fuel in your tank. You don't want to see if you can make it. You don't want to be Kramer on Seinfeld and see if you can make it back to the dealership. Get that thing into the gas station, put some fuel in it, save yourself the headache. Here's what it looks like. So that's going to do it for this week's episode of Toyota Tip Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, all at DSM Car Guy. You can call me direct at the dealership. 515-333-5252 is the number. Or you can go online to dsmcarguy.com for more information and all kinds of cool stuff. Thanks again. We'll see you on the lot.